Me and Dennis just had the most craziest day in a long time, and I'm feeling so mentally drained now. Our flight to Essen got cancelled. So we can't fly to Essen, but we can drive. This is a 10 hours drive. It's a long way, but hey, we can make it. I am going to go and pick up Dennis at the train station really soon. He's gonna sleep here, and tomorrow morning at like 5 o'clock in the morning, we are going to drive to Essen. The ordinary board gamer is in the car. Finally. Are you excited, Dennis?
I'm tired. I'm
So tired. Oh, I'm so tired. I've told about our flight cancellation here. Yeah. So we're gonna
That's a fun story.
That's a fun story
Yeah.
for another lifetime. So we're gonna spend a lot of time in the car. Yay! We are 5 minutes from Essen Spiel. This is crazy. We have been driving for half a day.
More.
A day.
More. 12 hours.
12 hours. That's absolutely insane. It took a little bit longer than we anticipated to drive.
Yeah.
But it's worth it. It's worth it. It's 5,
I hope.
I hope, yeah. It's 5 p.m. It's a beautiful weather in Essen. When we left Sweden, it was like 12 degrees, 8 maybe.
Cold and windy.
Cold and windy. This is beautiful. This is like summer in Sweden. So we are soon in Essen, and we're gonna get our press pass. We're gonna park the car, and we're gonna meet some people.
Yeah.
Hey! Woohoo! We made it! Yay! We are at Essen Spiel in Germany.
Yes.
Pretty much thanks to my wife, actually.
Yeah, Sandra.
Sandra, yeah. If it wasn't for you, Sandra, we would be home crying right now, I think.
Not even crying, dying. I
Dying,
would say.
yeah.
Yes.
We were about to give up when the plane cancelled, but you got us here. And now we're here! We're here, Dennis! What are you
Thank
gonna
you.
do? What are you first gonna do? Just run in and
Run
just
in
look at,
and scream.
just look at
out
stuff.
of control.
Look at stuff!
Yeah.
Guess who we just met, people? Like, you got the mask. This is like your work. This is like your work outfit.
Yeah, I look like that all the time, you know. It's better on the patient if they don't see my face. and
Yeah.
They don't see the psychotic smile.
Well, what do you think? I fit it? It looks good, right?
Yeah.
It's so
You
good to
should
see
wear
you.
it more often, man.
I think I will. I've just been at the AEG and picked up a big box that Dennis is trying to steal from me. You bastard! I'm gonna do
just
so many
helping you.
videos.
I'm just helping you.
That's what he says. Look at all these goodies. Look at this space. Told you what, a wormhole. There's so many good things here. I am gonna make some videos, people. So we've been here now for about an hour maybe, and there is so much things to see here. I mean, there is games in every damn corner. We're gonna get here early tomorrow to have a chance to see everything, because wow, there's so much. This place is so huge. It's day 2 of our adventure, and we have actually slept. We have slept a whole night, Dennis.
Yes.
I'm feeling like a god. What are you doing? Which game are you looking at now?
Tindaya.
Tindaya.
Yeah.
Oh man. Boop. That game looks like gold. And there's a little insert for everything.
Yes.
Look at this. Oh, look at the minis. Look at This is one of the games that I'm really excited about. But this is day 2, and we have a lot of meetings booked. I have booked meetings with a lot of designers out there, a lot of companies. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna talk to them. What do they have coming? What kind of games are they making? What do they want to make in the future, and so on. But first, we need to get breakfast. We need to get a little bit of calm before the storm. But next time we will be in Essen a whole day now. I have the great honor here to stand in the booth of Battle Systems. And if you have followed my channel for a while now, you would know that I am a huge fan of what these do for the community, their games and everything. So we're in here, and Colin here is going to tell us a little bit about the corporation, what they're doing, what does the future look like?
Hopefully the future looks very, very bright. But you always have to hope. But we've got a great plan, so I think we can make things happen. Yeah, we've been around for about 10 years, and we've been, we started. I've always wanted to make games, so I've always wanted to get core space out there. But as a small company, it's quite hard. And after talking to people, you kind of realise that there's a lot can go wrong in a board game. So I spent a few years starting on terrain, which I've been doing for years, and just building the terrain and using different factories and understanding the mechanics of production and the way that this game industry works and the business. And so I spent a good sort of like 5 years kind of just doing the things that I'm really good at, which is the three-dimensional terrain that can be used in loads of different games.
Beautiful.
Exactly, yeah. So I really just wanted something that people can... I've already done all the artwork, so no one else has to, and you can just slot it together. It's ready to game straight from the box. And then once I've got all the contacts with the factories and all the samples and everything, and then I was like, right, now I can make core space. Didn't have a name. Now I can make core space. And that's when I got into. That's when I did core space. And yeah, I absolutely love every part of it.
I also love the thing that you get everything in the box. You get the map, you get the terrain, you get the miniature, and you can just start playing.
If I go into a shop and buy a game, I want to be able to pop out the components. You get the unboxing, it takes a bit longer. That's enjoyable, but you only get to do that once.
That's a part of the love.
I love
Pop
it, exactly.
Out, put it together.
That's the fun bit. The smell of the cardboard. And then I thought to myself, I want something that can be got out, set up very easily, but that is 3D. And I want to have every single thing that I need to in that box to be able to play a game. Not just a lot of people strip out the game as much as they can and then they put everything else in expansions. I built the game with, if you like, expansions in it, and so the whole thing, you've got all of the, just everything, the whole setup. But then we've got expansions if you want to go massive.
Yes. Then you can upgrade it.
And
you can also put in your own things, your own stories, your own adventures.
Absolutely, and
you can do anything.
Yeah, and we've got all the maps and the missions and all the campaigns and everything you need. But I really do encourage people to. Some people are just not confident to try and create their own missions, and you absolutely should be able to just build whatever you want and come up with a scenario. Even if you're already playing a campaign, you can always stop the campaign, create a really interesting, do it, and then whether you get the objective or not, it doesn't matter, because your characters get more experience, they find more equipment, and then you can come back into the campaign and carry on playing. It really is one of the most flexible systems, and I want people to be able to play it in any way that they want.
Yeah, but that's what I love with it, that you can really create anything that you want.
Yeah.
You can do anything you want with it, and it's just so beautiful. But what is the next big project for you? What do you have coming up nearest?
So, like most gamers, I've got two passions. I've got science fiction and I've got fantasy.
Yeah.
So we've got a game coming out called Maladam, which is our fantasy kind of version of Core Space. So if you've played Core Space before, it will be, you would immediately be able to just pick this up and play it.
Yeah.
But we've actually rebuilt the mechanics of combat and everything and magic from scratch. So it's going to be really, really exciting. It's actually also set in the Core Space universe, but in the future, in a very separate part of the galaxy.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, there you go. So you've got this kind of, these things are happening at different times, but if you know Core Space and some of our terrain, we've got portals, and later on we're going to kind of bring
connect. No,
we can do it.
That's what I love about this. Is you just a whole universe just to dive in and be a part of and evolve.
Absolutely, yeah. Imagine taking your core space through a Lagrange gate and ending up in a world which is backwards, and you're going to be advanced to them. You've got these weapons and stuff, but they're actually more advanced than you because they've got nanites in their blood that have turned into their magic. They don't know that's how it works. And so you've got magic versus sci-fi. That won't happen straight away. Maladam's a separate thing. And then as we go, we're going to kind of try to bring those together.
I love what I'm hearing right now. I love this. I'm such a big fan of you. I hope that you found every game and you just keep on going strong in the future. And I'm so happy that you took the time to be a part of my little channel.
I really enjoyed it. Thanks, mate.
Thank you so much. That was Battle Systems. I am probably going to show more stuff about Battle System in the future because I love you guys.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So that was a pleasure meeting Battle Systems. Colin, I mean, that guy is great. If you do not know Battle System, check them out. Their games are just so incredible. Now I'm going to go on to Mighty Boards and sit down with Evelyn and have a little chat about their upcoming game, Fate Force. It's actually on Kickstarter now when I'm here on Essen, so you might miss it, unfortunately. But check it out if you don't. It'll probably be a late pledge or something. So check that one out. That game looks incredible as well. So I'm just gonna find them now. I have the pleasure to be over here at Mighty Boards to sit down with Evelyn and have a little chat. So tell me a little bit about your company. What do you do? I mean, you do board games, I get that.
We do board games.
Yeah.
So Mighty Boards is a Maltese board game company.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So we're Maltese because basically the company was created by the designers. So we have David Kirkhoff, who is doing Hamlet and Adventure Core.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, and then we have Gordon Kalea, who does, for example, Adventures Roll and Fight, also the new one, Fate Forge.
Yeah, I've seen that.
The Post-Action Saga, Excavation Earth, so that's all from his side.
Okay.
So we're based in Malta.
Yeah.
Which is an advantage and a disadvantage, because obviously it's on a small island in Europe, so it's nice to come to Europe, but there's no board game stores in Malta.
There's no board game stores?
We're very small.
No board game stores in Malta?
Please send us. And like we have, obviously for the US, it's a bit harder. So we started off small, but we're slowly starting to do better and better, because obviously Hamlet was one of the very big ones.
That went well, yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, very proud to be on the list this year. So yeah, what do? We make medium great games, let's say. So in the beginning we used to make a little bit heavier games, so Post and Saga, Excavation Earth is obviously on the medium heavier side. But we decided to go a little bit more into the medium, yeah.
Is that to reach like a bigger market, or is it because it's easier to make, or how is the...
It's not necessarily easier to make, that's for sure. But we do, I mean, that's the thing, we do like to make games that we like.
Yeah.
You know, obviously like most designers, I think.
Yeah.
And we just like a little bit more to the game. We don't like it if it's too light. We like to be a bit thinky, or we like them to be very thematic, very immersive.
Yeah.
This is the kind of game we like to make. But of course, we don't want to make that in a too heavy way, because then you don't reach enough audience.
You will miss a big population. Exactly.
That's, for example, also what happened with Vengeance.
Yeah.
Because the original Vengeance was a bigger box, so it was a solid game, lots of minis, slightly heavier. And people loved the combat system. They really liked it, but it was too much to put on the table for a lot of people, right? So we decided to make a lighter version of it, which became the roll and fight.
Yeah.
So as you can see, it's a lot less on the table.
I did a video on episode 2. If you want to see how the game actually works, it was quite easy to learn. I mean, you could basically sit down and start playing this within minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's the fun part, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's not hard to learn. It's fun. It can be thinky.
Yeah.
Like depending on the combos you roll, it can be quite thinky to clear your den.
These little cards here are quite hard to get into the combinations and everything. I mean, watch the video. You'll understand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for example, with this combat system, we now also have the newest one.
Yeah.
So Fate Forge is actually also based on the Vengeance combat system.
Based on this?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
But so what Vengeance didn't have was co-op. So Fate Forge is the one where co-op comes in, and it's set in a fantasy setting.
Can you play Fate for solo?
You could play Fate Forge solo.
Okay, because I love to play solo games, so that's a big plus.
Yeah. So the only thing that changes is you'll play with 2 heroes.
Yeah,
so but 2 heroes, and exactly.
That's okay.
Yeah, exactly. So it is a solo.
But I almost like that more than when you change the rules for solo players.
Yes. No, absolutely.
No, I think it's better to just add an extra character.
Absolutely.
It's better.
Absolutely. So yeah, it's also playable here if you want to give it a go on the last table. It's over there. So yeah, but Fate Forge is playing Fate Forge as well. So Fate Forge is the newest, Fate Forge Chronicles of Khan it's called. The best way to explain it from our side is that we love games like Gloomhaven, like proper good campaign. We love it.
Oh, Gloomhaven, yeah.
We love it. But the problem for us is that we don't have the time.
No.
We don't have the time to play.
It takes a lot of time.
Exactly. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to create a more accessible campaign game, right? That you can play in sessions of 1 hour. Or of course you could play the 4 hours if you have them, but you could sit down and play them in
Oh, you can stop anytime, or?
Correct. So what happens is you will have sessions of like let's say 10-15 minutes of story, and then you will play 20-40 minutes combat, depending on how fast you play or how big the combat fight is. So but you keep adding, of course, as much as you want. So if you feel like a proper evening of playing for 5 hours, you just play through multiple combat sessions, multiple story scenes.
Me, I'm a parent of 2 children,
Okay.
and I love to play solo.
Right.
So I love games where you can sit down, maybe you play an hour, and then you can just leave it, put in some dishes, make some food,
Exactly.
put the kids to bed, and then you can keep on playing.
Exactly.
That's excellent.
Exactly.
That's a great thought.
So the thing is, the game is app driven. I'll explain why.
Yeah.
Because we were always good 50-50 about should we get an app, yes or no. But so first of all, why we did this is because the game is so story heavy. There's so much story you can get immersed in. Because the game is based on an existing RPG. So like we have the books over there as well, like here set up.
Oh yeah.
So Fate Forge is an existing RPG from Studio Agathe. They've been working on it for over 7 years, and it's not. They keep working on it. So it's like an incredibly rich world. There's a lot of art you could use, a lot of detailed lore. So we got to create a story that is, in our opinion, much richer than anything we've played before. Because there's so much to work with, right? We didn't have to come up with it all by ourselves. So one thing that the app does is, first of all this art, we can actually integrate it in an app. Like if you'd have to put it in a storybook, it would become a massive storybook. Second of all, because there's a lot of choices you can make in the story. So obviously what happens is, like in a storybook, you would have to go to number 35, go to this and that, sure. But the choices are so meaningful that it branches out that much that you might actually have different endings in the end to the story. So it could be that you play the game and you played through 20 hours of campaign and you have this ending. It could be that I played through 25 hours of campaign because I made different choices along the way and have a different ending. So
that adds a lot of extra value to bring the game back on the table again.
Exactly. So you stay curious, So this is why the app is important, of course, because you can't do this with a story.
But is the app does it calculate the battles, the battle results, and the HP and everything
It
else?
also tracks all of that. So, like for example, if the story tells you come to a combat, it will tell you how to set up the combat, which you can see there on the table as well. It's not massive. It takes like 5 minutes to set up. So you just put out the floor plans, the enemies they go with it, the objective, and you're practically ready. So the app will then tell you. Like for example, the faction of the enemies to use. That it will tell you when the enemies activate, because that's also that varies per combat. And then every time with the combat, you will have to mark what your result was. So it could be that it was a failure. It could be that you didn't make your objective, but the story will just continue. It's not like you have to do the fight again. It just means that it will change the story.
It will be a different story.
Exactly. That's how that works.
For me, I love that whole way of putting together a big epic game. I mean, it shouldn't just be a straightforward line. There should be different branches. So it's just, I think that is a part of the future of board games. I know a lot of people don't like apps, but I think it's in the future it will become a big part of greater epic games at least.
Exactly. Yeah. I agree. I mean, it's the first time we try it, but we also felt quite confident because we used to have Mighty Boards used to be Mighty Box before, and the guy who does Mighty Box, he went off on his own to make video games, applications, all of that. Now we went to work together again, so we created now Mighty Digital. So Mighty Boards might release a few more things in that line as well, which means that we felt quite confident with the app as well, because we do have an in-house person now who's working non-stop on it, so we know that the support will come, if we need it. So the app will be kept working on. So even if it's the first time, you can see the app already set up.
I will cut in some pictures for you so you can see.
It's really important. So yeah, that's what we do.
That's the nearest future. It's Phage Force, it's Focus, and hopefully even more in the future.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Any last words you would like to say to the viewers out there?
Well, first of all, thank you for listening. No, Fate Forge is still live on Kickstarter for 4 days, so you could check it out yourself as well if you're not at Essen. And if not, we hope to see you at the next convention. Come say hi.
So now I'm on my way over to the Game Brewer. It's tight between the schedules here, and this place is so big. I mean, it took me like 5 minutes to walk over to the Game Brewer from the Mighty Boards, but it's going to be fun to sit down and talk to them to see what do they have coming, what are they planning on in the future, and just talk to them a little bit, right? So I have the pleasure to be over at Game Brewer to sit down and have a little chat. So please tell me about what's the company about? I mean, you're about board games, obviously, but what are your board games about? What's your vision? And so on?
So Game Brewer is a Belgian board game publisher,
Yep.
And they're based out of Belgium. I am the odd one out. I live in Canada, but I help them with some North American logistics and things like that.
Yeah.
But they're heavily focused on Euro strategy board gaming. So they're going to release about our goal is to use about 4 games a year.
4 games here.
And we typically go through the Kickstarter crowdfunding game found model. Not always, but we do like to get some feedback from backers and have a little special deluxe edition of some of our games.
It feels like that is kind of the way to go today.
It is a very popular route, of course. If as you grow and you can just release thousands and tens of thousands of copies direct to retail, that's also nice too. Because then you can probably produce a little bit faster. The crowdfunding model takes a little bit longer. There's a lot of work involved in
you need some patience, yeah.
But for this year, we had Oak and Carrara that are our releases here at Spiel.
Yeah.
And they're both strategy board gaming. Oak is a new title from a new designer called Wim Hoosens. And the Palace of Carrara is a second edition. It was a Kramer and Kiesling title from 2012. But Kramer and Kiesling wanted to rework some of the things that they felt weren't as modernized. They wanted to update it. It's changed so much even in 10 years.
Is it like the game itself that changed, or the components, or
the game itself?
The game itself.
Yes, it used to have some cards that gave variable endgame conditions that they removed completely, so it has a very structured endgame, as well as created a mini game around the scoring, which in the original game you sort of scored throughout the game whenever you wanted. Now, when someone scores, you get a bonus. So if you follow in the scoring that same round, you also get a bonus. So if you don't score at the same time as someone else, you lose the bonus. So there's incentive to get people to score on the same time frame as everybody else. And the very basic heart of the game has remained the same. So for the fans of the original one, you're still collecting the bricks and you're still buying the buildings and trying to score them based on their different decorations, their different types of landscape, so it keeps its heart. And it's because I was a huge fan of the original one, so I'm still a fan of the second edition.
So the ones that have played the first, they're going to enjoy the second.
Yes. I'll probably keep my original and the second edition because they're different enough.
Okay, so it's so big difference that you should have both of them.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think a lot of people want just one, and the second edition definitely has more modern elements to it, so it doesn't feel as dated. So, and then our upcoming game, Douc.
Yeah, tell me about that one. Yeah.
So that's launching on Kickstarter on October 17th, so if you're watching this before then, definitely check it out. Otherwise, hopefully it's still running and doing well.
Oh yeah, because it's quite soon.
And it will be again, more medium to heavyweight strategy Euro game. Steampunk setting in the Rhone River Valley, Delta, I guess, and you are trying to research mech animals that are using crystals to power their perpetual lives. They have eternal life, and so you're scientists and biologists trying to study these animals to figure out how they function, so that you can take that same knowledge of crystals and power your cities.
That's cool. How do you win the game?
Yes, so it's a card management game. There's 3 sections, and you're playing 3 cards around, 1 to each section. So you have to balance how you're playing those cards out. You're developing your engineering skills to have some inventions that will help you throughout the game. You're exploring the different islands throughout the Delta to create kind of an area control. And then the animals that you are collecting and the knowledge, as you increase your knowledge, your sets of animals will get you more points at the end of the game. So a balance of all 3 of those things will hopefully
it sounds a bit
make you the best biologist.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a lot of strategy. But it's still medium. It's not a heavy game.
Medium to heavy.
Medium to heavy.
Yeah, but it's not as light as some of the Kramer and Kiesling like Paris or Carrara. It's a little bit lighter. It's not as challenging as Oak or Stroganoff, but it's getting towards that end.
Who would you think are going to enjoy the game? What kind of gamer?
Definitely gamers. Strategy Euro gamers. Not the heavy thematic storytelling. It's got a theme and it's a nice theme and great art, but it's not overly immersive. It's a true Euro.
yeah, as they should be. That's awesome. Is there anything else you would like the viewers to know about Game Brewer, or what comes in the future, or why should they follow you?
Well, why should they follow us? Because we really like feedback from our audience. We do try to interact and chat with people online. We do listen to a lot of our customers, and we want to give them what they want. We do like to have that special deluxe edition for our backers. It is why we do the crowdfunding model. But even from our retail fans, those who are buying from their friendly local game stores, we chat on Facebook and Instagram, and Twitter, and meet at conventions, of course. Now that we're finally kind of getting back in that rhythm, so
I think
that's
that is important for a lot of fans to have this communication.
Yes.
And that is the big problem with Kickstarters.
Yeah.
You can have this ongoing conversation and you can grow together.
Yeah, because we are a growing company, and we're just trying to find like which of the games that we produce are the ones that our audience is looking for. So I think we're getting better at that each year, and I'm very excited about this year and the year that's coming up with Delta and others to come. So
But 4 games a year, that's a lot.
well, I mean, some might be an expansion or
Sure,
direct
sure.
to retail, but yes, that is the plan.
That is awesome. Thank you so much, Amanda. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
thank you.
let you go out and play more games.
Sounds good.
Like Dread Gun.
I've just found a really, really cool booth that I just want to stop by. I found Michael here. What do you do?
I am the VP of Business Development for Enhanced Gaming, and I'd love to show you around for our cool tabletop accessories.
Yeah, let's take a look at this.
So, over here, we're looking at our TCG backpack. This is our card game accessories. We've got our TCG mat, dice tray, the card case. Over in this area, we're going to our RPG accessories.
Let's zoom in on this. You said this was a Dungeon Master bag.
Yeah, this is our DM bag.
You got the bags up there.
Bags there. The minis go right on top.
Ah, that's lovely.
Then it just goes down for security storage.
Yeah.
For D&D, AoE marker, dice tray.
So this is for not pen and paper. So you use
Yes!
this instead.
Save trees! Save trees!
Save trees. Use acrylics.
I love when you like interweave the new technology into the old one.
Right.
Where you take something that's been around for years, you just make it just a little bit better. Just a little bit better. That's awesome. That's awesome. Show me more.
Then we got some miniature storage over here for your Warhammer players.
I get this question so many times. How do you store your painted minis? And this is a beautiful way of doing it.
I heard someone was really into board games. This is our board game backpack.
Woohoo!
Look at all that space. And you have the little bags here as well.
Yeah, these front for storage here.
Yeah.
And then we also have these box game bands that go around your games to secure them.
So they don't fly around in
Yes.
the bag. You have a little picture over here what it can look like.
That was an awesome little tour, man. I mean, a lot of these things helps gamers in many ways, actually. I mean, just a little D&D bag where we can have the miniatures, the books, and everything in one little bag.
So we took the player in mind when we were designing this.
Oh.
So we are gamers ourselves, so we loved to...
What do you play?
I personally played Magic for a very long time. I've done a few D&D campaigns in my life,
Okay.
but I have 10 years of Magic card game in my,
in
my
your
belt.
belt.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I think that makes a big difference when a gamer actually makes the product, because you know what you need.
Yes.
So thank you for taking the time. Thank you for showing us around. Is
Thank
there
you.
anything you want to say?
No, enhancedgaming.com. Thank you.
Hello, welcome to Essen. Welcome to Germany by car.
I am so happy to be here. We had a long drive yesterday to get here, but I'm happy to be here. This is Marcus from 3D Art Lab. I've had the pleasure to make 2 videos on your games, and you can see them here in the back. It's the Dogfighters and Space Kraken. That's some cool games.
Yeah.
If you want to see more about those videos, go in on my channel. But tell me about. You do a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I cannot explain why I start making games. I just start as a child, as I was 10 years old or even younger, as my fun is now. I start making games. I played some games like Monopoly or Risk, and I just think it can be something better. Something can be more, or I like to have tanks as well, and so on. And so I start cutting paper and writing notes on on paper and making my own board games. And it never stopped. All the time I'm making board games. I have such a thick book with game concepts I make as I was a child, and just for me, just for fun. And then of course I get a regular job. I work as engineer now. In quarter of a century, 24 years I'm working as engineer, and this year I cancelled, and now I do only games.
Full board game.
Now I'm full game designer, 3D art lab, full power forward, and
that is
since
cool.
4 years I start making games. I make games before as authors, publishers, but you always have to search exactly the publisher searching for your game, and then they decide how they make it. Now I'm just free to make what I love and what I have fun with.
That is so good. Because you also do a lot of 3D things, 3D printings as well.
Yeah, of course. The fun story is I started with 3D printing. I give it a thought because my company ran very, very, very low level, just nearby after having family and children. And then I thought, okay, I give full power or I stop it. And then I said, okay, I give it a last try, give full power and make 3D printing first because it was upcoming. I can use Blender, make 3D designs. And many people asking me, hey, can you make terraforming masks and ties and resin printed ties? There was ties, but just a PLA printed and not so high detail quality. I say, okay, why not? And I design it, 15 or 20 people ordered. I make a print shop 2 weeks or so with 3 printers. And then I said, okay, what do I do next? Maybe, started on Kickstarter, maybe I get some jobs for 2 weeks and sell 2,000 euro or so. And I remember the first day before midday coming, I have 50,000 euros sold or so. And at the end, I bought 23 printers, resin printers, 5 PLA printers, everything, an entire room.
This was in your house.
In my house.
In your home.
Well,
I think you can really, in the Douc fighters here, the airplane game, I think you can really see how everything comes together because you have the magnets, you have the miniatures, you have the little the system with the tanks on the board and everything. So that game, it felt like it really came together.
Yeah. The cool story was in the original I want to make Space Kraken Part 2 this year. But Space Kraken getting so big that I have to spend so much work. I said I want to finish it first, have it outside, printed, everything finished before I start a new project. And then Bernhard, the fun thing is, he was game designer since children as well, and I love making games. And I already have some talk with him and say, why you don't making games? And he has so much work, and he stopped. And then in the day he called me, and I already prepared to try to get him making games again. Before I even say a word, he said, I have some stress with my boss last day, and I'm now going being game designer. And okay, Bernhard, welcome. And even more. So, Bernhard loves the area combat games. I played many of them as well, but Bernhard know all of them. And this kind of show where you have good simulations, where you have the high level and everything.
Rotating, the stopping, the braking.
But complex or difficult to play, taking long, and just not so feeling so like fast like it takes in a arcade game. And you have good games, but they don't behave like, don't feel like area combat. And you have the idea how to the game rules to mix it together, that you have the feeling of being really tight, easy to learn, but very hard to master and still complex. And then I remember this was already his idea. And then he come up with, you have some pins to place above, like the other area combat game. I don't tell him anything, designed the magnet pieces, just snap the stuff together. And you remember I showed it the first time and he just, and
but that is, I mean, it's a quite simple idea, but it does so much for the game. I mean, you can do the little, look at that video where I show you the airplane, because you got little magnets where you can put altitudes on the airplanes, you bring them down on the ground, and it really feels like you are navigating an airplane.
And it has to be fast and smooth, just click and it working. See the pilot level, the speed, the height, just easy, you can change anytime. And just concentrate to fly.
Also with the little weapons you can put on the big one, the big airships, on the sides. I mean, it's just brilliant.
If you were thinking about what name we have for the game, we talk about white blue skies, like the Bavarian white blue skies, some sentence. But we have many skies, we have blood red skies, iron skies, whatever with skies.
There's a lot of skies.
A lot of skies, okay. And we sit at some Greek restaurant eating and talking about. We have the airships already, and then the idea coming up, why we not have very small fighter, half-size normal fighters that can start from the airships. And then we say, how we call them, what mini fighter or tiny fighter or whatever. Then we say dog fighters, like not like the dog fight, the area combat, like the dog with the T, because like the attachable, dockable fighters. And then we say dog fighters. That's the perfect match. Then we have the problem. We can make the entire game. To deliver everything, we need the airship and we need the dog fighters, because our dog fighters make no big sense. And the Magnus just selling as add-on is bad as well. Many people would have just a one-player mini game, and you have to get another box with the Magnus, another box with the dog
But here you have everything.
And we say we make everything, even if it's. But every people who check the game and see it, they say if they're afraid how much is the cost for the big box and everything, they more likely think it's cost €200. So if we say €99, they say, whoa.
It's not that much. For all you get,
the
for everything
content
you get,
inside,
it's not that
compare
bad.
with others.
I mean, because you get a lot of stuff. You get the box, the compartments, the miniatures, the airplane, magnets, the map.
The storage system is inside. So
the storage system,
inside.
But I think it's a good balance between the strategy in actually playing the game and winning it, but also maneuvering the planes. You felt like a little pilot. You raised the speed, you came up, you came down, you could do spins. Check that one out, it's a lot of good. Also check out Space Kraken if you haven't checked that one out. Is there any last word? Oh, not last words. Is there any Is there any last things you would like the viewers to know about it?
I want a big greeting to the entire community. It's just awesome to see it, no matter if new people seeing the stuff the first time here or people already baking the last 8 projects from my side. So it's just awesome to meet people here, talking with people and seeing how they react. And especially one thing I want to say, we do it with passion. This is what the people catching. They see that somebody doing something what they really love, and the love behind the game, and they start loving the same thing. And what I do not understand is there are even big companies making awesome big games sometimes, but then they say, I mean, I play the game, and there's just no passion. Why are you doing it if you don't love it? So
there should be love behind it.
There
should be love behind
the
the boss. I think you can feel it in what you do. You have a lot of passions. There's a lot of ideas. Go in and check in 3D Art Lab. You will see that there is a bunch of cool things for you to look at. So I was just hooked here by Chris and invited into your booth to show me your beautiful creation here. Tell me a little bit about what am I looking at here?
Okay, well, what you are looking at is an Age Contrived. This is a new Euro game that's all about engine building. There's 5 different ways to build your engine. Everything's driven by like a conveyor belt mechanism on your player board. And the game's been in design for about 2 years. Now it's completely finished, and I wanted to get it to a point where it was done before bringing it to Kickstarter, so that people could come here to Spiel to try it and know that it's ready to go, and play the final thing to get the real feel for the game.
So what I see here is a prototype, right?
What you see here is, I guess, technically a prototype. It's a short run of 25 copies, but it's using the final materials, manufacturing processes, and so on.
Because what I'm seeing here is really, really beautiful. I like the color work here. I mean, the components, it looks really well made and really well done. But tell us a little bit about these little magnets here.
Sure, okay, so in the game, one of the core things that we are doing is constructing monuments. Each of us plays a god in this fantasy pantheon.
Is the gods are these ones or?
Yep, that's right. Yeah, each player plays one of them, and you have a character to represent your, physical presence in the mortal world. And we're helping a mortal world develop a civilization. So these components, they are all magnetic. They start the game flat on the board, but then players are going to be communally, although it is competitive, getting these constructed. And then these monuments will be built piece by piece. They'll be snapped onto these metal frames, and then once they're finished, you end up with like a complete piece.
That's real. I love when you have like interaction like this and building things up on the board. It does so much for the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, really? The child in me comes alive.
And then the game ends when all of them are finished, so you get like a nice table spread in front of you to look at what you accomplished together, but then ultimately only one of you wins.
So that's it. It's no co-op.
It's not co-op at all, but it's extremely friendly competition.
Okay, yeah.
There's no player conflict, there's nothing like that. There's a shared economy on the board, and generally every interaction you have with other players is purely positive. There's no take that or anything like it.
I love it. When people see me, they think I'm a warrior, but I'm not actually. I'm more of a lover. So I love co-op games or games where you play against each other. But like you say here, it's more like a joint adventure.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
One of you win and it's okay.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you're pursuing a noble goal together, but ultimately only one of you will lead this pantheon. So that's how it goes.
Maybe you could just show us a little bit quick how it works.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Yeah. All right, so this is an Age Contrived. It's a Euro game that's all about engine building. As a Euro game, you're trying to score the most points, and you're going to do that mainly by constructing these monuments on the table. This is what they look like in their finished state, but actually most of them begin the game flat, just like this. So players are going to be contributing their tokens to each of these until that is finished. The finishing player will bind in their token for points, and they will get to construct this section of the monument. That's going to be built section by section until finally you've got a finished monument, and the game ends when all of them are complete.
Ah, Miss Stella! That's so awesome! How are you?
Thank you, how are you? Glad to bump into you.
Yeah, it was so much fun. We've been speaking a little bit back and forward, so it's
I know.
cool to meet
You've
you.
been very supportive as well.
Ah, that's of course, but you're doing great stuff.
So do you.
You need to support the ones that do great stuff.
We eat it together.
Yeah, we eat it together, definitely. So what are you doing here? Meeting people, talking?
Meeting people, games, just getting lollies.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. You get some games home?
Yes, so to Australia.
But you're flying, right? So you have to ship it over.
Yeah. I'll see what I can fit, and then the rest will have to ship.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Can I give it to you and ship it back to me?
Maybe, but you can give it to me. It's so nice to meet you. So cool to meet you.
Well, enjoy your show.
And you too. Have a fun time.
Thank you.
Take care. I have the opportunity to sit down here with Ludus Magnus and just look a little bit about the new game, Runa here. Man, this looks awesome.
Yeah, pretty awesome. I agree.
Can you tell me a little bit about the game? What is it about?
Okay, so basically I introduce you to the wonderful island of Runa.
Yeah.
It's a magical island where grow-ups they produce some of the best magical shred of crystals ever made.
Okay.
So this is the game about Vikings that they are, how to say, scouting and for these materials.
Oh, okay.
Because they discovered with this one they are immortals. So we can collect this and also we can fight each other. But because we are immortals, nobody will die.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but we can be knocked out.
Yeah, okay.
But essentially, we manage a clan of 3 people that, with their abilities, their capacities, can go throughout all the island and for the what I say, collect these resources.
Yeah.
The more resources we collect, the destiny is on us. Because we have to draft a card, pick up a card from the Destiny deck to understand where to put again the regeneration of the crystals.
Okay.
Yeah, because
how would you win the game? Is the one with the most crystals or
most victory points?
Most victory points. Okay.
And one crystal is worth 1 victory points. Then fighting with each other give 1/3 of victory points. So you have to fight with all of your friends or frenemies.
Yeah,
with better day.
Yeah.
Also,
So there's no co-op in this.
No, there's no co-op. A little bit because of the monsters we have, because it's a PvE. So we fight each other, but there are monsters too that can win the game.
Okay.
So if we don't beat them, they beat us.
They beat us.
And it's not good.
It's the survival of the fittest.
Yeah,
It always is. Oh, okay.
And the game is a campaign mode, so
Oh,
you have
it's a
to,
campaign.
you have to affrontare is you fight, face 5 scenarios. Up to 5 is easy. The last one is in the Ragnarok, so we'll be the hell, you know.
That's a bit off.
Yeah.
So there will be like a different setup, a different scenario, different goals. And
Yes.
Okay,
And you
that's
have to draft also the clans. We started with a demo with us already set up clans, but you have to draft it. So each clans can be different with different abilities and so on.
You're not the same clan every game. Ah, okay.
Also, when you collect shreds, you can buy between a scenario and other some items to build up better. And your players can be from easy to legendary ones, so they get stronger.
Get better, yeah.
Because we are on the magical island of Ronald,
Yeah, they get stronger, of course. That is so cool. Thank you so much for taking. This will be out on Kickstarter, right?
Yeah, it will be on November 29th.
November 29th. Go check that out. We'll put down some links down in the description, so check that out. Thank you so much,
Thank
my
you
friend.
so much.
Thank you so much. So I am sitting here with Helena from AEG Games, and Helena, what is your main function in the company?
Hello guys, hi there. I am the crowdfunding manager of alderac, and I'm here because alderac essentially is shifting things up.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing a few more crowdfunding campaigns in order to focus more attention on our games, but fret not, everything is going to go to retail as well as we normally do, so everybody is going to be happy in the end. We're not turning into a Kickstarter publisher, obviously.
But you will do Kickstarters first, and then it will be retail, I guess?
Yeah, absolutely. So, for example, with Shake That City, which is our upcoming campaign, it's going to go to Kickstarter November 29th.
Yeah.
The idea is that we will do the crowdfunding campaign, and as it fulfills, it will also be kind of a retail launch event at the same time, more or less. So, people know what's happening. They've seen the game before. It's fulfilling. People are talking about it, so it's a little bit more smooth, let's say.
Yeah, I get that. But I guess Kickstarters and these bigger campaigns is a good way to also reach a bigger crowd.
Absolutely.
It is a way to get the game out in a much faster way, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the spotlight that is on crowdfunded games is huge.
It is.
So crowdfunding something is like a great marketing point.
Yeah.
If you know how to use it right. So this is what we're going to try to do here at AG.
Sure, but for me it seems like a good idea.
Fingers crossed, we'll see how
Fingers
it works.
crossed, yeah. Tell me a little bit about the closest future. You have Shake the City here.
Yes, we've
Shake
got
That City, yeah.
Shake That City. So we are very happy about this game. This is a game by Maz and Kore. So in this game you are a city planner.
Yeah.
And essentially you will have to plan and build the city of your dreams. I'm going to put those back, pretend that those never were here. So we've got our shaker that we are very proud of and we love. I'll just lift it a little bit so you can see it.
Yeah.
So the idea is this thing has cubes inside. So you've got to build on your personal board the city of your dreams. You've got all the different elements here in tiles. You've got your houses, your factories, your shops, your roads, your parks. Obviously things work best when they're close to one another, so it doesn't make much sense to have a park close to a factory, maybe.
Maybe not, no.
Makes sense to have it closer to a home, that works better.
Yeah.
So you have to keep all those things in mind. And what you do with a lovely shaker here is that you shake, 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 then you push, and then you lift. And voila, you reveal the pattern which you have to follow when you are building your city.
On the boards.
Yes, exactly. So essentially what's happening is that first player chooses a color. They have to take the equivalent numbers of tiles that correspond to the color of the cubes that have been revealed on the table, place them on their board. The rest of the players cannot choose the same color as the first player, but they can choose the same color between them.
Okay.
And they have to arrange the tiles on the board based on that pattern.
Then we take it in the city here and we start to build.
Exactly.
And hopefully we get scores.
Hopefully you'll get scores, and you need to pay very good attention to what you can score based on those little tiles that are around your board, because they've got different scoring conditions which are on top to the regular scoring.
Yeah.
So see, there's that little twist. For us, this game is kind of the successor of Tiny Towns. So yeah,
sure.
There you go.
And you could play this solo as well, is it?
Play the solo as well. We're very excited about this.
I love it because I'm a solo player, so I play a lot solo. That makes me happy. Is the rule difference from a solo player to like a group?
Yeah, there is a solo variant, and we also have a construction variant as well. Everything is very nicely depicted at the end of the rulebook.
Cool.
So Yes, the setup is slightly different, and how this whole mechanic works is slightly different as well, just so that it's smoother.
Yeah, sure. But it looks really colorful, and I guess it's a lighter game, I guess, or easy to learn, or...
Yeah, it's quite easy to learn. It's got that puzzly element though that doesn't make it, very easy or yeah. But it's not like mind-boggling at the same time.
No.
It's an easily family game.
Looking forward for it. And this comes out in
November 29th on Kickstarter.
And there will probably be links down in the description, so check that out. There will be links to the webpage and everything as well if you want to know more about the game. Is there any last words you want to say to the ones that looks?
Make sure you follow that guy because he does great videos if you haven't already. And enjoy playing games because that's what we're here for. To have fun. And remember, AG makes fun. So play AG games as well.
So we went outside of Essen here just to take a little break, take a little breather, take off the masks. And I actually met Dina. Dina, who are you? Tell me.
I'm Dina from Dina Sister Studio. I work with Up the Page Game on launching Harrow Country.
That is cool. We have worked a lot together, me and Dina. We did a lot of games. What, Cypress City or Citrus?
Citrus, Hyperwars.
You know them. I forgot them.
Yeah.
Well, we have been working a lot together. And it's so cool to meet you in person. It's so cool to go. So now, what are we going to do now? Dennis, tell us. What are we going to do?
We're going to just set up a game and play it.
Play it out here on
Crazy,
in the
I know.
front of the Essen here.
So exciting.
Aha, so it's like Harrow Country. The game of Gothic conflict. Look at this. Three boards? I like this. The artwork in this game, green, it is just so cool. We have 3 boards. Yeah, 3 boards. And you have a number 3 up there, so that must mean something, right? Number 2.
Oh, I guess this is number 1 then.
That's the
If it follows a mathematical pattern.
It makes sense that is one. That is number 1.
Yes.
It's number 1.
Yes, I won.
Oof. So what do we have here? This is. Do you know what this is, Dennis?
No, I have no. A tree.
It's a die tower.
It's a die
you
tower.
Drop a die here, pop, and it pops out here, and it comes here, and
Or-
then it comes out here.
Hey,
it's like a labyrinth of things.
There's no die.
There's no die.
Cubes. It's a cube tower.
It's a cube. What are these? Look at this. What are these? Are they glasses? No, they're not glasses.
It's something to put on the board. It has the same.
It goes on the board. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Look at this. They had kind of the same artwork in Mind Management, and I'm a real big fan of this. It's so raw, but it's still cartoonish. So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah, I
it's
like
happy,
it.
angry, dark, fun, cartoonish.
No, look
It's
at
awesome.
that one.
Yeah, look at him.
Yeah.
He's like mean, but still kind of cute. So we get.
I wouldn't say he's cute.
He is cute in his own way, Dennis. Can we punch these?
You think?
I punched one.
Oh, it's so nice. I really like
These
the color pattern.
Yeah, but
This is one of my favorite color.
It is?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
okay.
dark yellow,
Really?
moving towards orange, but not
like
clearly.
mustard.
Yeah, okay, that's an easy way to say it. I prefer to say it in a long way.
Yeah, you have many words. We got a little lantern here. What more do we got here? What are these? Oh, we got skulls.
Oh, look at the meeples.
Little meeples.
Like small farmers.
Small farmers. Going to the market, maybe?
Yeah.
Little skull. You like the mustard color, but I like the skulls. I'm a big fan of skulls. There's skulls.
In any color, any
In
shape.
any color. Just as long as it's a skull.
Yeah.
We have little Emmy here.
Look at this. If you like skulls, take a look at these.
No way. These are awesome. I'm gonna show these a little closer to the camera.
And that one.
And that was it. These are it's little heads or something. Look at this. Look at this. They're so cool. What else do we have here, Dennis?
What's this?
Okay.
It looks like a plate, like a dinner plate.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Could this be it's not a magnified glass, is it? No.
But you can turn both that
can
one
turn both.
and that
Yeah.
one
It's like a double mechanic.
Crazy!
It is. And what do we have here? We have what can this be? Player board?
Yeah, I think it's the play boards.
Double-sided.
So it's
2 sides. For less players.
Individual play powers.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Perhaps.
Again, with the artwork, I'm such
it's
a fan
nice.
of this.
It's super
I am
nice.
Such a fan of this. I think it's so cool.
So, shall we play it?
Of course we should play it.
Yes.
But should we show it to the camera?
No, I need to focus.
Yeah.
I need to focus.
So Harrow Country is a small village in the US. In this place we're gonna find Emmy. She's a young girl who lives on a farm with her dad. Her mom is not really in the picture. As Emmy gets a little bit older, she discovers that there are, things that are not quite usual with the place. She discovers that she has some powers, and she meets hates. And one day, the door is knocking on her, and she meets Cammy, which says that she is her twin sister. Obviously, Emmy is gullible and super sweet, so she's invited them in, and they start chatting. She's discovered just how wacky, how mad Cammy really is. Because it turns out that in Harrow County, there's this big tree, many years ago, a witch was burned called Hester, and hanged up in the trees. Out of that tree, where her blood sort of seeped into the ground, a baby was born. They dug out Emmy, but it was just not Emmy alone, it was also Cammy. They were split right after birth. One was raised up in the city, taught how to use her magic, and the other one was raised, by Hester's minions to believe, that everything was just normal and nothing was strange. And as they are sort of discovering and you are moving around in Harrow County, they have very different goals. Emmy wants to protect Harrow County, so therefore they're called protectors. These are, her fed. Cammy wants to rule Harrow County, while Hester wants probably to use their blood in order to raise herself. Your objective is basically, to survive, depending on who. Everyone has different motives, so if you're playing like Hester, the game ends when Hester awakens herself and she's, into flesh and bone and can walk around, usually resulting in sacrifices of Cammy or Emmy or something similar. The protectors, if they manage to save all the villagers and get them back home in safety, that's kind of the end scoring there. Cammy, if she gets to control all the key points over the board that you're doing in the beginning. So it's super cool, very different and new. The very sort of unique thing with this is obviously the cube tower, where during combat you're gonna use this tray. You're gonna put the box on front like this, and you have to kind of have it on the table when you're playing. So say they're stuck. So you're gonna do a piece of combat. Usually we would have rolled or something. So you decide how many cubes you're gonna drop in. Just do all of them, and plop them in the top here. Whoop. And a random amount is gonna come out. This is how we decide who's gonna win. So we have 3 blue, 2 red. You spend 1 to kill the minions of the other player, and that's how you win the game, basically.
How are you doing, Dennis?
I'm doing fine.
I'm doing fine too. We've been here for a few hours now. No, many hours.
A few hours? Like 8 hours.
8 hours, but time moves fast in here.
Yeah.
How many meetings have you had?
5.
5 meetings, yeah.
With the publishers, but I've had so many meetings with people from the community.
Yeah, you did. You meet up with the group picture and everything on Instagram.
Yeah.
I missed it because I was busy. No, I forgot about it actually. But now what are we going to do? We're going to go to Rebel Studio and take a look at what they got to offer over there.
Yeah, the Meadow expansion.
The Meadow expansion! So this is what a group of content creators look like out in the wild. What we're going to do now is that we're going to have some dinner, we're going to eat and just relax after a long day down in Essen, which I think is quite cool. So I'm going to bring you with me I'm not going to buy you dinner, but I'm going to bring you with me to a little part of the dinner at least. How are you people?
Good.
Are you okay? Look, we got Rick here. Woo! I have been looking forward to meeting you for quite some time. How are you, man?
Good,
You okay?
good.
You do some cool stuff.
Thank you.
You do a lot of cool stuff.
And you do some cool stuff too. I love all your content, all your videos, all your playthroughs. I watched the Nemesis one, and I watched that one before I actually went and got my game.
Really? You still bought it though.
I still bought it though. Yes, I did.
That's a good grade. But Nemesis is a great game. I'm so happy to meet you. I'm so happy. What are we gonna do now? We're gonna go eat?
Yes.
Dennis wanna say something.
We need to go now.
Where?
We need to go now.
Where do we need to?
the restaurant.
Hey! Look, this is like a big company party.
Yes.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. We need to go now. Dennis says something.
You don't like dogs? You have a dog.
Day number 3 in the town of Düsseldorf. Dennis is getting ready to leave. I am almost ready to leave. We need to charge the car once more before we go to Essen, the big messe. But I just wanted to show you all of the pretty games we have gotten so far. There are a bunch of cool little pearls here. We got the cool little Dungeon Tavern Tales here, Dungeon Drop, and then we have Wormhole from Alderac. We have Starship Captains here from Chet's Game Edition. We have Tindaya. That one is beautiful. Also over here, Mystic Veil from AG. That old well wallpaper. Space, Douc in Danger. This one is quite awesome. This is about saving the monkeys, but not just in the game, also in real life, because these Douches here, they are actually going extinct. So a part of the money to this game goes to the monkeys, which is quite cool. This one was awesome. Age Contrived. I really hope I get a copy of this game, because that one looked right down my alley. And that is the ones that I have gotten so far. So today I'm gonna get ready again. We are going to go out and meet, I'm gonna meet Board and Dice. Hopefully get a little time with the Celloflare games. I'm a big Gloomhaven fan, so I would love that. Who else am I gonna meet? Well, probably a lot of more cool people and a lot of more cool creators, hopefully. It was a really fun evening last night. We went out in Essen to eat with all the content creators. That was a lot of fun. But also some more designers, more producers. So, yeah, let's jump in the car again.
Dennis playing some games here right now. Trying something from a Japanese company. But we're also going to meet up here with Douc in Danger. And we're waiting for Rich Play Board Games to come here and join us and do something with this cool little company here that I told you. This is the ones that are going to save the monkeys. That's quite cool. We're probably going to sit down here in the jungle and have a little conversation about the game.
Okay. What? Where are you? What? Are you the real Dennis? No. Are you the other Dennis? Yeah. The German Dennis.
Yes,
it's the third one.
Yes. Standing here with Noel now, the creator of Douc in Danger. And he's going to tell us a little bit about, because you have a backstory on this. How did it all start?
Oh, that's a long time ago. I think almost 6 years. I tried to travel by train from Europe to as far as I can direction east. And it was like, I don't know, South China. I come to South China, then I cross these countries, Russia, Mongolia and China, and I don't speak the language, but I knew that I'm going there. And in preparation of the journey, I learned a card game, a traditional card game, and during my train trip, I was, I don't know, 5 days in a train, and in total maybe 3 weeks, and I played a lot of these games in Russia and Mongolia, and I don't speak their language, and I was fully integrated in the group there. And it was so nice to play a game which is language independent and connect people even if they don't speak the same language. And this is, my idea was born to build a game. And 3 months later I was in the jungle with a lot of monkeys.
In Vietnam, right?
In Vietnam,
in Vietnam, yeah.
And also in Indonesia. But in Indonesia the monkeys tried to rob me everything, and it was so funny. And I don't want to.
Did they take anything? What did
they
take?
I think my cap. You see my cap. I have some pictures on the website where they have my cap. Or I think maybe I don't know, I think it was cat, but it was really, really funny. And after that I decided, I want to make a game which is language independent, and all started. I make some research for the Dukes, or for monkeys in total, and I make some...
The Dukes are the race of monkeys.
Yes, so
exactly.
the red-shanked Duke is a species which is critically endangered, and when I first time saw the Dukes, I fell in love, because they have an orange face, they have blue lids, red legs, it's amazing, and there are only 5,000 to 6,000 animals left on this planet.
That is not much.
That's not much.
That's not much.
And they only live in 3 countries in the world: it's Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam. And with all 2 games we have here, we try to raise awareness in a playful way. So usually usually raising awareness is like making like this, but with Douc and Danger we try to raise awareness via play. And maybe it works. So in Douc and Danger
No, but I think the idea is wonderful, because usually when you play games, it's just about like a fantasy world. This is happening right now.
And in Douc and Danger there is one card, but I don't want to say too much for it.
No, don't spoil it.
Because there's one card which connects the game into the real world. So it's like a very, very special layer in the game, and find out what's it.
And you're actually doing a lot now to save them all.
Yes.
Because a part of this is going for saving these creatures. Really.
So this is like a prototype that we're coming to Kickstarter on the 29th of November. But we produced 50 copies of it from the prototype, and we raffle it here at the Spiel, and 100% of all proceeds is going to Green Wit and Little Wing Garden. And it's
100%.
100%. It's
100%.
And it's so from the raffle, it's crazy. The people are so friendly here in Essen. So many international people from all over the world spend so much money. You can make a picture of it. It's crazy. The money collecting box is like full, and we have also 2 days to go. It's amazing.
People care.
People care,
It's good.
It's crazy. People care. When you give something a face, people care.
Sure. I think I'm speaking for everyone that watches here. So thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you.
It's a really noble thing. It's really beautiful that you want to do it. If you want to check out more about the game, there will be links down in the description, so be sure to do that. Is there any last words you would like to say to the ones that are watching? Any last things?
So please Google about the red-shanked Duke, not only Douc and Danger, because so many people live on this planet, and we all know nothing about the Duke. So please inform others about the Duke. And all other species. There are 40,000 species on the world which are endangered. So let's change something.
Let's change something. Like Michael Jackson said, "Man in the mirror, you need to make the change."
So, today is Rich's birthday, and we would like to celebrate his birthday and sing Happy Birthday on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rich. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, my man! Don't look a day over 20.
You still look like a baby.
Yes. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it, and just my whole thing for my birthday was to be here in Essen. The best part so far hasn't been all the games. It's been meeting all of you guys and being with all the content creators. Also, Douc and Danger, you guys are absolutely amazing.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes. No, thank you guys so much. And I really, really appreciate it. This is like the best birthday ever. And my best friend here too, so he comes from these guys to see me, and you guys are all here, so thank you so much. Thank you.
We have entered the last hour of Essen, Dennis.
Yes.
What's your thoughts so far?
I'm tired.
I'm getting quite tired too. Big.
It's enormous.
Big is the word I would like to use.
Yeah, it's
Big,
enormous.
enormous. A lot of people. A lot of fun people.
Yeah.
A lot of
people in general.
A lot of people in general, but it's not that much right now.
No.
For a few hours ago it was crazy. It was crazy.
It's calmed down.
Now it's better, yeah. So we're going to do a last stroll, and then it's time for us to end Essen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's move.
So till next year.
So till next year. Yeah, it's crazy.
Last night in our wonderful, beautiful, really, really large suite.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Kingdom Suite.
The Kingdom Suite. This is the large. you can't see, but there's actually like an upper floor that we're not allowed to walk in.
Yeah.
And someone else is probably staying there, and it would be weird if we went out there. But this is our last day in it. I'm a little bit sad. I have happy feelings. I have been happy.
Yeah.
I have been doing so much fun
It's
stuff.
so doubled.
But it's a bit sad, isn't it? It's over now.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been waiting for this for months.
Are you coming back next year?
I think I am coming back next year. Are you coming back next year?
I think I'm aiming for it.
Yeah.
If life
does
makes
not get
it
in the
possible.
way. Yeah. Yeah. We still have our regular jobs, real lives and everything, and yeah.
And family and
family
everything, but
and no friends.
I think
I have no friends, but I have family.
I've had so much positive outcome from this trip.
I'm going, like you said, I'm gonna aim to be here next year.
Yeah.
And that's a good way to see it. But it's the last evening here. We have a bunch of things.
I am unboxing games.
Dennis has been unboxing as soon as he get into the room. I have not actually unboxed anything yet because I think it's just easier to do it at home. But this is pretty much all of the loot I have been managing to get during this Essen trip here. And then there are some games coming at the mail and different things. It's so much. It's been fun. It's been so fun to meet everyone. And well, now I think we're just gonna pack down our stuff because we're gonna leave really early in the morning, right?
Yeah. At 7.
Good night.
6.